Good evening and welcome to the Job Search Solution, the radio program where we talk about looking for a job, changing jobs, changing careers, hiring. And as always, we begin with a prayer. Dear God, grant us thy peace and thy mercy, thy will be done. And as always, every Wednesday, Rich Savinski is going to be with us here in just a few minutes talking about consultants in the workplace. He's got a great topic this evening. Always an intriguing situation and always a wonderful topic. He's got so much experience. The guy really knows what he's doing. Lately, we've been beginning every evening with 10 seconds of gratitude. So think of 3 things today you are grateful for. Go. You can't be unhappy when you're grateful. Grateful for just the weather. Grateful for just being able to listen to this program. Being grateful. What I wanted to talk about this evening is something that's going to be coming. I heard it last week, a couple of weeks ago. A client that I've known for 12 or 13 years gave me a call and said, well, now that Trump's been elected, we're going to hire 2 people. Of course, that's music to my ears because this has been an awfully difficult year. And don't let anybody kid you in saying that it hasn't been, especially for the recruiting business. We've seen them before. I've seen 11 recessions, and every one of them has been a little bit different, and every one of them has been a little bit the same. But the guy hired 2 people within 2 weeks, and we were real happy to have that, uh, be blessed by that. And it is a blessing. And so we expect next year to be a good year, and the year after that, a good one too. We've seen these ups and downs before, and they are fairly drastic. They go up and they go down. But I wanted to warn everybody about a little bit about those ups and downs, that all that glitters isn't gold. If you're a candidate looking for an opportunity, especially, and you hear, oh, the market's really good, and we start getting calls, man, the market's hot. Get me out of here. I need to get out of this place. This place is terrible. It sucks. It's terrible. I need to leave here. They've been taking advantage of me for years. I need to get out of here. And then candidates start getting calls from all kinds of weird places promising things that are well beyond ridiculous. Uh, I remember the last time we went through this kind of thing where people were getting raises that were absurd. And they were going in and saying they wanted 65, 70,000, $100,000 raises, and they were getting it. Companies were giving it to them. And they were thinking, oh, I'm really worth that. And we were warning people, no, you're not. You're not really worth that. And anybody that might pay you that kind of money, you need to be a little concerned about. So, what the message is to be careful. Not that you shouldn't take advantage of the market. If the market is good, do something about it. If you can find a better opportunity, do find a better opportunity. We're in the business of helping people find better opportunities. But all that glitters isn't gold. And just because it looks like a phenomenal better opportunity in what you've got, take a deep dive into it. Make sure it's reasonably better than what you've got. Make sure there's some substance to it. Don't get wrapped up in the sizzle of what's going on. I remember back in the 80s and late 80s, before the dot-bomb crash, people were making ridiculous offers to people, and people were taking it and thinking that they were worth that. People were getting raises that were absurd, thinking that they were worth that, only to find out when the dot bomb came along that they bomb too. So think about it. Listen to what people have to say. Be reasonable about it. I know we've come out of a recession and things are a lot more difficult. We're a lot more difficult than everybody expected them to be. And a lot of people think, well, I'll make that up now. Well, I'll get these guys. These guys have been taking advantage of me. Now, if you've been laid off and you're out looking for a job and you don't have one, I understand. But be reasonable about it. Don't take advantage of the situation to the point where you think you'll take a large advantage of the situation. If somebody's going to grossly overpay you, there's got to be a reason that they're grossly overpaying you. I can't tell you the number of candidates I've told over the years that that kind of offer just doesn't make too much sense. It's a little too much. I just don't think you're worth that in the marketplace. And then you say, well, it's to my advantage to get a candidate a lot of money. The more money he makes, the more money I make. Yeah, but I got to live with that 2 or 3 years down the line. And if I get a candidate more than he's worth, he or she is worth, and the company catches on that he or she is not worth that money, and they let them go for one reason or another, I have to live with that too. I tell candidates all the time, you got to marry a deal, but I got to live with it. Whatever you do 2 to 3 years from now, I'm going to have to possibly represent it. Hope I don't, but I may, and I have to be careful of that. Because if you get paid grossly more than what you're worth, and you try to replicate that in the market again, then it may be a problem. So be careful of what you ask for. Make sure it's reasonable. Make sure you've got good business reasons for doing what you do. Don't get wrapped up in the moment. Don't get wrapped up in the romance of situations. Make sure that they are good business reasons that you make a decision about a job and that you take a job for good business reasons, that there is some longevity as much as you can to it. All right, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. This is Tony Bashir with the Job Search Solution.